the campus of Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland. The first ever Premier Lacrosse League game under the lights pits Atlas LC up against undefeated Whipsnakes, who have won all 3 of their games in overtime. There are no geographic homes for the 6 teams in the PLL, but this is a home game for the Johns Hopkins contingent on Atlas Lacrosse Club. 35 miles down the road sits College Park, Maryland, a place that 15 of the 20 players dressed for Whipsnakes tonight played their college lacrosse. Tonight, the rivalry taken to the next level. Connor Busick will be trying to get one past Kyle Bernlord for Whipsnakes. He made 20 saves last week to help his team improve to 3-0 in the 11-10 overtime win over Archers. Jack Kincannon was sensational last week for Atlas. 14 saves in a 13-12 win over Grom. The second-year pro out of Hofstra has been a big story for Atlas here in the early part of the season. At X this evening, Trevor Baptiste and Joe Nardella. Baptiste is at nearly 65%, the best in the PLL through 3 weeks. Joe Nardella had a huge bounce back last week after struggling in week 2. Nardella ranks 3rd in the PLL with his face-on percentage. Well, there is history here at Homewood. Lacrosse in Baltimore dates back to the late 1800s. This stadium to 1907. And there's a special place in lacrosse history, no doubt special not only for the Hopkins and Maryland guys, but so many players that grew up around Baltimore and here in the state of Maryland. Off the opening faceoff, Paul Rabel says he feels like he's at home here today, and that one knuckles in. The first shot from Ryan Brown was blocked, and it still crossed the goal line. Casio bounces one in. Kincannon gets down and pops that one high in the air, and Rambo able to catch it before it hits the ground, spins away from Durkin, and scores.
As you watch this play unfold, you're going to just see a critical mistake there by Durkin. Normally very fundamentally sound. Here he goes hunting for that overhead. You be the judge, left side of your screen. Does this cross the plane?
Well, that one did from Ryan Drenner. Busick directing traffic out high. They go to Cloutier instead. Now it's Busick. He puts his shoulder down, gets it off for Law, right across, and an open net for Eric Law.
So now you're going to see, as they spin the ball, they get it to Busick in space. He goes down the alley. You've got to help him.
On the restart, it's McCardle. McCardle with some speed was working on Alec Tillett in his PLL debut. Tillett had his stick slashed, but he hung on to his. McCardle did not. They find Cloutier out of the box. Here's Cloutier. Downhill, bounced wide, picked up and put home by Eric Law. 2 already for Eric Law. And the pass knocked down by Van Raphorst. Rambo up with it again. Trying to get away from Richard. Earhart steps and shoots, and Kincannon got a piece. McCardle swims past Muller and brings it right to the net and scores.
Along those lines, they let guys get after it, and I think it was a pretty clean game.
Janachuk from 2, and he got it! Cashing in on the power play. Janachuk bounces home the 2.
On the side of the ball, but you're absolutely right. Those are the guys that have most success.
Oh, Cloutier in traffic. How did he get that shot away? Cloutier pumps in that one right off the helmet of Bernlord. It lands off the bounce, and Cloutier has it again. Rabel with an open look, he got it!
But here you can see Cloutier scrap inside, head up, finds the open man Rabel.
That's Matt Rambo winning a one-on-one against Tucker Durkin. His second today. Rambo goes back in on Durkin. To Drenner at X. And a nice feed and a quick stick from Jeremy Sieverts. Now Law to Rabel. Rabel down the alley, the left hand free, he scores!
If you will, the first split, and then whoop, second split. Hawes not able to turn his hips quickly enough.
And Rambo. Wow! He barely got himself out in front of the net.
How Rambo slid this in. He is behind goal line extended. Behind it.
Atlas ball. After a violation by Nardella. Hartzell. Baptiste for two! Trevor Baptiste.
Face-off win to 2-point momentum swing in a heartbeat.
Whipsnakes come right back though. Ryan Dretter. It's the fourth quarter. It's Dretter time. Reeves to Chanachuk. Chanachuk shot, he scores!
We've got a two-man game between Chanachuk and Reeves. The issue here is look at all this space between Conrad and his man Chanachuk. So as Chanachuk rolls off of this, Conrad is just late to that recovery. He's got way too much distance.
2 goals today, including a 2-pointer from the first half. And now it's Nardella for Dretter, and he's got another one! Hat trick, Ryan Dretter, and a lead for Whipsnakes. Inside Kluche, looking for a shot surrounded by Whipsnakes, and it's stolen away by Dunn without the ball hitting the ground. And Earhart looking for 10, he scores!
From defense to offense, you've got a classic 4-on-3 fast break. Nobody stops ball. This is where you've got to be smart and use your reset accordingly.
Reeves has been quiet so far tonight. Will not be denied there, and then Kincannon takes a shot after the goal on Dretter. And a frustrated Jack Kincannon after Ben Reeves scores for the 5th time this year.
Well, he's been standing on his head all game. Let's start with the goal. You'll see the little rollback and shot.
Well, you see Jack Kincannon on the right. He's assessed a penalty, so Scotty Rogers checks in for his first PLL game. This is the first game he's active for. He wound up spending 10 days in the hospital, starting in training camp, had pancreatitis, lost 30 pounds. Skips it across. Then Reeves for Maltz. And a push coming here on Unterstein.
Just drill Maltz in the back. Easy one for the officials. And what an incredible save by Rogers.
Just 2-man advantage here. Maltz, there's a stop for Scotty Rogers. Couldn't capitalize on a 30-second 6-on-4. Couldn't add to their lead with the starting goaltender penalized. And now it's Reeves. Out top side with a skip to Chanachuk. He skips one home. Chanachuk from 2. Inside the arc that time. Kincannon able to stop it. That was the recipe for chaos against Kincannon as well in their 18-goal output. They scored 3 2-pointers as Burnlor made the save, but the rebound picked up and put home by Kluche. Whipsnakes scored 9 goals in the 4th quarter. They score 8 of the final 9 in the game, and they improved to 4-0 with a 15-10 win over Atlas at Homewood Field. 13 combined goals in the 4th quarter alone, as this game took a dramatic turn once we got down to crunch time. Kincannon finishes with 15 saves. Meanwhile, Kyle Burnmore picks up the win. He makes 12 saves, and here are the standings. With still 1 game left to be played tomorrow between Chaos and Archers. That'll be a good one. Final score from Homewood. Whipsnakes 15-10 over Atlas. Go to NBCSports.com for a full recap of this weekend's PLL action. It continues tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern on NBCSN. Archers and Chaos. For Ryan Boyle and everybody here on NBC Sports Crew, I'm Brendan Burke. Thanks for watching.